Los policías pueden hacer un mal uso de su poder, pero ¿qué pasa cuando son descubiertos? Aquí hay 4 veces cuando corruptos mujeres policías fueron pilladas con los reclusos.
And you got a live ass fucking head game. Oh my god.
It wasn't my best moments. I was just trying to get it done.
Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like just going back and thinking about that.
It gets you horny?
Oh yeah. You felt me. I was like soaking through my clothes.
Esta es la ex oficial Charlene Diane O'Banion de la cárcel del condado de Montgomery, en Conroe. El 17 de noviembre de 2021, la oficial O'Banion habría mantenido una relación física con un recluso de la prisión llamado Jacob Parker. Habían tenido una relación física en el centro y habían sobrepasado los límites. Sin embargo, lograron mantenerlo en secreto. Sin embargo, el 17 de diciembre de 2021, se filtró una grabación de una llamada que se produjo entre el oficial O'Banion y el señor Parker, que destapó el asunto. Vea cómo se desarrolla el interrogatorio, mientras los detectives le hacen escuchar la grabación de su propia llamada explícita.
Be right back. Do you need water or anything?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay. Hang tight. Well,
Hey, how are you?
good. How are you doing? You need water or anything?
No, I'm good.
So my name's Tom Lambert. I'm a detective here with Montgomery County Sheriff's Office.
Okay.
Partner detective. How are you doing?
Okay.
So I'll kind of like give you a brief rundown of why we're here, and then we'll I need to get like just some name and information from you, and then we'll go into a little more detail.
Okay.
You kind of get one shot at this of being truthful, and people perception means a lot in criminal cases and internal cases. It's a huge deal. It sways people to do a myriad of different things, you know.
Right.
And this is kind of your chance to paint your own image.
Yeah.
So, can you kind of tell me what's going on here?
Yeah, I mean, whatever you heard.
Well, I want to know from you. Like, I'm not trying to go off rumor. I just want to know what happened. It's my job just to find the truth, and that's it.
Yeah. I guess a few years ago, we talked, and then I ended up here, and then he ended up here. I didn't know he was here. I didn't it wasn't anything like that. And that was that.
Okay. So when you say y'all talked, like kind of dated a little bit before you started?
No, like he was never like my boyfriend or anything. I just knew him from like the world.
Okay. So are y'all kind of talking in a sexual nature
No.
now that he's here?
Oh, no. Now that he's here, no.
Okay.
I mean, it's never been like phone sex or anything like that. Like that's not. But like we all joke around, like we all make like like that's what she said type things. But it's never like.
So what about some of these phone conversations?
No, not here or the phone.
I just mean conversations y'all are having on the phone.
No.
Since he's been in here.
Like sexual?
Well, I'm not saying having phone sex, talking about sexual acts. From what I'm listening to on the calls, I take it as that you've given him oral sex at some point, is what I gather from these calls.
No, that was like in the world. But we never dated. We just.
Okay. But you've had physical relationship with him when y'all were both out.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was before.
Okay.
But it was. We never had sex or anything. It was just kind of like that.
You gave him oral sex?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that was before I knew he would end up here or that I would end up here or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know I'm sorry to get in your business, but the allegation's been made, so I want to have as much detail as I can
Right.
to say either way.
Mm-hmm.
So when do you think that was about? I know it's going to be hard if it was a couple of years ago, but.
Let me think. I want to say in the past 3 years.
Okay.
Because I was in a 7-year relationship and that ended about 3.5 years ago. and it was sometime after that.
Okay.
Have you talked to her?
Leslie?
Yeah, is she back with that dude or what? Bear or whatever?
No.
Huh?
He said that he changed his mind. Like, oh, shocker.
He changed his mind.
That's literally what he told her. I changed my mind. I don't want to be with you. I don't want to work things out.
He's gonna make her
So he just has...
suicidal thoughts.
Huh?
Huh?
What'd you say?
I said he's gonna end up making that lady have suicidal thoughts. He needs to just leave her alone or do something.
Yeah. That's what I told Leslie.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's just keeping you in this limbo, like, yes, I want you. No, I don't want you. Yes, I want you. No, I don't want you. I'm like, F that.
Is she like a big woman or what?
Leslie is very short. So, like, Leslie and I think we almost weigh the same, but she's very short. Like, short. Like, her 9-year-old daughter is almost as tall as her. Like, she's short.
So she's like...
So she looks really chunky. She looks way... Like, if she was just maybe, like, 6 inches taller, like, I don't feel like she would look as chunky, but she's just really short, and so she's just squished tall. She can be, yeah. Yeah. She can be really pretty. My ex-boyfriend of 7 years, he always thought Leslie was really pretty.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was always crushing on her. She's like, Leslie's really pretty. And I'm like, yeah, she's pretty. She's my best friend, of course. I think she's pretty.
Yeah.
Leslie's gained a lot of weight in the past couple years. But I think it's because of the stress that Bear puts her in. Because she didn't used to be like that. But I don't know. Maybe
I think...
cuddle.
I wish I could. I think that no matter what, you should always want to be in some kind of good shape. You know, at least for your, you know, your spouse or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, my mom was always like that.
You're not supposed to
like
just let yourself go and get comfortable.
Mm-mm.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, my mom was always like that. Like, she'd be in her pajamas all freaking day, but before my dad got, like an hour before my dad got home, she'd get a shower, she'd do her hair, she'd do her makeup.
Yeah.
Like, she made sure she didn't look like rags whenever my dad got home. Like, she always wanted to look nice for him. And I think it's really important.
Yeah, you're supposed to...
I mean, you're stuck with me regardless, but...
Oh, okay.
I want you to, like, just... I just want you to look at me sometimes and be like, damn, my woman's fine.
Fine as wine.
Mm-hmm.
Super fine.
Super.
Super.
Oh, God.
You are fine, baby.
Hmm?
You are fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you got a lot of that in head game. Oh my God.
It wasn't my best moment, so I was just trying to get it done.
Are you in bed?
Don't even get me thinking about that because it makes me so horny. Like, just going back and thinking about that.
It gets you horny?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, you felt me. I was, like, soaking through my clothes.
You're like what is that word? Like, when somebody just always, like, can get horny, like, at that? I can feel it.
Yeah. I get very horny very easy. Like, I always want to have sex.
Good.
Like, that's not even... Huh?
Not good.
I mean, it's not like I just, like, look at someone, I'm like, oh, my God, I'm so fucking horny. No, like, of course, like, I only get horny for you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pause
I'm
this
not
for a
just
minute.
like, oh my god, look, I just saw someone.
You kind of see how that sounds from like my point of view, like a more recent thing than 3 years ago.
No.
No.
No, I've given him a blowjob before, and that's what he was referring to.
And it was not in the jail.
No,
So do you think this dude's really gonna cover for you? Like if I bring him in here and we start playing this and all that, you really think this dude's?
I guess we've been talking, and it's been what it's been.
So I just say that.
Like what? Well, like what do you mean? Like am I? Like obviously there's something going on between us. Like do you mean like what am I? What do I need to tell you? Like there's something going on between us.
I
What
need
are you
to
gonna
know
hear?
if y'all had full contact inside of this jail.
No.
Is what I'm trying to find out.
No. None. No.
None at all. Anywhere. Okay. You have any questions coming to mind, Chris?
Yes. So I've noticed one thing, and I want you to understand this about both of us. Both of us are veteran homicide detectives, okay? I've been doing this a while. All right? You seem to have blanks in your memory when we get to certain details, but you remember being groped in the blowjob from 3 years ago. I find that hard to believe, okay? This is your one chance to be honest with us.
Yes.
Once we get up and walk out and we're done, we're done.
Yeah.
And honesty is the only thing that's going to help you with us.
Mhm.
So my advice to you right now is to be honest with us. Have y'all had any inappropriate contact, whether it's groping, blowjobs, vaginal, anal sex, anything, hand jobs? Yes, I am being vulgar to get a point across.
Yeah. No, it's not. None of that.
Then what is it?
I might have given him a blowjob in that part of me.
In the back part of the quad? Okay. How long ago was that?
A few months ago.
A few months ago? How long have you worked here?
Since April.
Since April this year?
Mhm.
Was he already here?
He was right here.
Okay. Do you know how long he's been here? Don't know. Okay.
Not at the top of my head.
So you did, a few months ago, you gave him a blowjob in the back of B. Is that correct? In this B quad, correct? Were there any other witnesses to it? Okay.
No.
A medida que se desarrollaba la investigación, la oficial O'Banion intentó ocultar los hechos de la historia. Sin embargo, a medida que se profundizaba en la investigación y más pronto se daba cuenta de las consecuencias de proporcionar información falsa, decidió confesar. La oficial O'Banion declaró que mantuvo una relación física directa con el señor Parker cuando el personal de la cárcel estaba escaso de trabajadores y los oficiales también tenían que cumplir tareas de limpieza en las instalaciones. También contó dónde y cómo hacían esas cosas ilícitas. Vea cómo acaba la investigación.
I'm just wondering because you
Like
work.
people standing around while I'm.
Well, you work days, right?
Yes.
Were you working days at the time? That's why I'm asking. Was anyone around? Because I mean, everybody's up in daytime.
Right.
It's not like the jail's locked down.
So how did this come to happen? Like, was he a floor worker, or how did that happen? How did y'all get to be alone?
At that time, yeah, they had brought him from the pod to work. They brought him from a pod, and I don't think that day they brought anybody else from the pod. It was just him, but there was, a lot of drugs and stuff being passed around, pills. So they didn't want anybody from B Quad out on the floor because we didn't know who the source was or where he was passing around. So they pulled someone. They pulled
They
him.
pulled a floor worker from the
Mhm.
pod.
Yeah, from a pod. And then previous day they had pulled 2 from a pod. So it was just kind of one of those things like anybody volunteer, and then it was him.
Okay. And where exactly did y'all go?
The hallway in B Quad.
Like back towards like 15, 16?
Mhm.
Or, okay. closer towards the entrance or like at the very end of the hallway?
So if you're entering 1516, it was like closer to the entrance.
Okay. And then where did he go afterwards? He just continued to work, or?
Yeah, I guess he was like mopping the floor over there somewhere.
Okay. Do you remember what bosses were working with you that day?
Like what sergeants?
Like who your coworkers in the quad were? Like who was manning the pickets and all that stuff?
Worked with White in there, Clark. I think you're still good enough to work with her there at the time. I don't remember anybody else back there.
Okay.
I think it was just 3 of us.
And was that a one-time? You'd given him one blowjob, and that's it. Go. How long had y'all been talking on the phone up until that point?
August. Yeah. Yeah. It's been.
Okay. What month do you think this happened? The blowjob.
Last month?
Last month?
Yeah.
Is that the only day he
Something like
came to work in Pequod?
I think it was 2 days that he was in quad.
Okay.
And like within a week.
Did anything happen on the second day? And was this planned? Like, did y'all
No.
talk about this on the phone or
No.
anything beforehand?
No, it wasn't pre-planned. It was just.
Okay. Can you kind of go into detail of exactly like what and how it happened?
Yeah, he was going to push cleanup into 1516. And I needed to roll the doors open, so you can go in. So I had the key to unlock, that little picket area so that you can roll.
Mm.
And we were walking back there, and he leaned in to kiss me, and he just whipped it out.
And then I know this is stupid, but it's just the way things work. What do you mean by blowjob?
I put his in my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did he ejaculate?
No.
Okay. And is there anything you want to add or anything? Or?
El señor Parker llevaba en la cárcel desde el 2 de marzo de 2021. La oficial O'Banion fue condenada a 100 días de cárcel por participar en actividades físicas indebidas con un recluso. Se declaró culpable del cargo y posteriormente fue arrestada. Si crees que esta ha sido la única mujer policía corrupta a la que han pillado con un preso, espera a ver el siguiente caso.
As a result, from your conviction for promoting prison contraband in the first degree, you are sentenced to an indeterminate period of incarceration of 2 1/3 years to 7 years. You are also fined the maximum fine of $5,000. As a result of your conviction for criminal facilitation in the 4th degree, I sentence you to a definite term of 1 year concurrent to the just imposed sentence for promoting prison contraband in the 1st degree. And I fine you a fine of $1,000.
Esta es Joyce Mitchell, ex funcionaria del Centro Penitenciario de Clinton. El 6 de junio de 2015, la oficial Mitchell ayudó a escapar a 2 reclusos del Centro Penitenciario de Clinton, que habían participado previamente en el asesinato. El 26 de junio de 2015, el fugado de la prisión, Richard Matt, conducía bajo los efectos del alcohol y fue abatido por la policía. Los policías informaron de que Matt llevaba una escopeta y se negó firmemente a acatar las órdenes policiales de soltar el arma. Sin embargo, el otro fugado, David Sweat, fue detenido el 28 de junio de 2015, 2 días después de la muerte del señor Matt. Después de algunas investigaciones, se reveló que el oficial Mitchell estuvo involucrado en su fuga del correccional de Clinton. Esté atento al veredicto que se dará a conocer en la audiencia del 28 de septiembre de 2015, cuando el oficial Mitchell sea presentado ante el juicio.
I wrote it down because I know that I would forget half of what I wanted to say. Please allow me to start by saying how sorry I am. How much remorse I have for everything that I'm sorry. That has happened with my part in Matt and Sweats. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Your Honor. From Matt and Sweats' escape, if I could take it all back, I would. I can't begin to explain how sorry I am for all this. To the community, to my co-workers, to my family, to all the families of the officers that were involved in having to be taken away from their families in this search. While these two men were on the loose. I never intended for any of this to happen. As hard as it was to come forward, I knew I had to. I was raised to tell the truth. I know I didn't come out at first and be completely honest, but I did bring myself to the state police and try to help as much as I could. I'm afraid it didn't help though, but I knew it was the right thing to do. I am 51 years old, and this is by far the worst mistake I have ever made in my life. I live with regret every day and will for the rest of my life. I'm sorry. I've never been so disappointed in myself, and I not only let myself down, but my family. My husband and my children are my life, my world, my purpose. I was fearful of Mr. Matt threatening to kill my husband and wanting to know where my son and my mother lived. I could not let anything happen to my husband and family. I love them all so much. I love them more than life itself, Your Honor. I'm not a bad person. I clearly made a horrible mistake. I realize I need to be responsible for my actions. But I am hoping you will have mercy on me. Your Honor, no words can explain how deeply sorry I am. I am very fearful of the consequences I'm facing, as should I be. Please know I am seeking mental health and counseling to help me understand my actions, how my actions affected the community, my family, myself, and all who were involved. Why I did what I did, I shall not know, other than I was scared for my husband and family's lives. I know I should have told someone, but Mr. Matt had others watching and reporting to him about where and what myself and my husband were doing at all times. This is something I will never forget nor forgive myself for. Please understand I acknowledge my actions, and I am still trying to understand why I made the choices I did. I hope one day everyone involved can find it within themselves to forgive me. If not, I understand. But most importantly, I want to make it home to my family. As I fear I won't because of my actions. I'm hoping you understand how remorseful and sorry I am. None of this was ever my intentions. Your Honor, thank you for your time and consideration. Your Honor, I would wear an ankle bracelet and county jail for the rest of my life If I could just go home to my family. Thank you.
As a result, from your conviction for promoting prison contraband in the first degree, you are sentenced to an indeterminate period of incarceration of 2 1/3 years to 7 years. You are also fined the maximum fine of $5,000. As a result of your conviction for criminal facilitation in the 4th degree, I sentence you to a definite term of 1 year, concurrent to the just imposed sentence for promoting prison contraband in the 1st degree. And I fine you a fine of $1,000. Impose the mandatory court surcharge, crime victim fee, and DNA fees totaling $375. I next note that the defendant has surrendered her teaching certificate to the New York State Education Department. As previously stated, regarding the restitution sought by the people, the people seek restitution in the amount of $119,762 for construction and repair work in the part of Clinton Correctional Facility in the area behind the cells that were breached. Defense counsel has requested a restitution hearing to which the defendant is entitled, and the court will set this hearing for November 6, 2014 at 10 a.m. Is there anything further?
A moment, sir. Judge, that date is fine. The only thing I would request, and I don't know if the court has the power to do this, that if Joyce Mitchell was local during that intervening time between now and November 6th, it would help the defense prepare for the hearing. So I would make that request if the court has the ability to do that.
Maybe heard on that?
Well,
I don't see what purpose Joyce Mitchell would have in helping Mr. Johnson with the monetary amount that the state is requesting. She has everything to do with it, but she has nothing to do with the amount. She can't help Mr. Johnson calculate figures or go through that.
On the date of a sentence where a defendant is sentenced to a period of incarceration in the New York State Department of Corrections, the defendant is turned over to the Department of Correction at the close of sentencing. And that leads me to my final direction. Ms. Mitchell, I am remanding you to the care and custody of the New York State Department of Corrections to serve the sentence imposed. Please, before you leave, complete the required form relative to the giving of a sample of your DNA.
I think we already did this. We already signed one of these before.
That was the waiver, not the intention at sentencing.
Oh, okay. This talks about the DNA fee, and you have to provide a sample. The probation will come in and get that. Are you able to sign it? I'm sorry.
Se descubrió que la oficial Mitchell había proporcionado en secreto hojas de sierra y otras herramientas a los hombres, que utilizaron para romper paredes y tuberías de la prisión de máxima seguridad. Mitchell fue acusada de promover el contrabando carcelario en primer grado, un delito grave, y de facilitación delictiva en cuarto grado, un delito menor. Permaneció en prisión casi 5 años tras ser declarada culpable de los cargos. Posteriormente, fue puesta en libertad tras cumplir su condena. Si crees que esto era lo máximo que una mujer policía podía ser corrupta y ser pillada con reclusos, entonces probablemente no estés al tanto del siguiente caso.
Hey, let's go ahead and pop this front windshield. She's got the gun in her hand. She's still breathing.
Esta es la exoficial Vicky White de la cárcel del condado de Lauderdale. El 9 de mayo de 2022, la oficial Vicky White tuvo un accidente de coche con un preso al que ayudó a escapar de la cárcel. Al parecer, la oficial White y el fugitivo, Casey White, habían escapado de la prisión y llevaban 11 días huyendo de la policía. La oficial Vicky White, que era subdirectora de prisiones en una cárcel del condado de Lauderdale, en Alabama, sacó a Casey White del centro de detención, alegando que lo iba a llevar a un juzgado. Se informó de que los dos habían desarrollado una relación romántica mientras Casey White estaba bajo custodia. Mira lo que descubren los policías cuando llegan al lugar del accidente.
Hey, we need to clear some of this out of the way so we can get out of here. Okay. Yeah, I got it. He is. Oh. She shot herself. Davis, you good? You need anything? You need anything? No, she's good. Okay. She's still got it in her hand. I don't know. Got the gun in her hand? Yeah, she's got a gun. All right, watch it. You want this window gone? Yes. Watch out. Hey. Let's go ahead and pop this front windshield. She's got the gun in her hand. She's still breathing. I see chest rising. Okay. Back right here, got it. Back. Yes. Still breathing.
Would it be better if we try to pull the vehicle back? Would it be safer? Let the fire guy stabilize. That's what they do.
Need any life, bud? Gun is pointing at an angle
Or if we can break this sunroof here, we can probably get in there. Yeah. Hey, here, let me see. We've got that housing right here. You want to try to break this sunroof here too? Can you go in? Can you pull her out through there? Well, I think we can reach in and get the gun. That'd probably be easier in the windshield.
See if it'll open. Good idea. We got cover? Yeah. It's opening. Sometimes it's simpler.
Just be careful, dude.
Yeah. You got me? Yeah. I'm gonna go for the gun first. Okay, I'm gonna go for the gun. All right.
Grab the gun.
I'm gonna grab it. Let me a little bit. All right, pull me out. All right, I got it. All right. Seems safe. Hear me pull her out?
Yeah.
Somebody pull me. Ready?
Keep going.
Thanks, man.
Hey, go get cleaned up. Go, here, hold on.
Oh, well, can somebody kind of hook me up real fast?
He needs to get cleaned up, dude. He's got her blood all over him. Here, hold on. Hey, go to the damn cab and wipes on you, man.
Mientras los oficiales perseguían un Cadillac conducido por Casey White, obligaron al vehículo a caer en una zanja, provocando su vuelco. Tras el accidente, la oficial Vicky White se pegó un tiro. Los oficiales sacaron a Casey White del lado del conductor y él afirmó que su esposa se había disparado. Los agentes abrieron el techo solar, se arrastraron hasta el interior del vehículo, entregaron el arma del sospechoso a otro oficial y a continuación sacaron a la oficial Vicky White del coche. Los paramédicos y los bomberos prestaron más asistencia médica, pero Vicky White fue trasladada a un hospital, donde falleció más tarde. El oficial White fue trasladado directamente al centro penitenciario William E. Donaldson, una prisión estatal de Bessemer. En ese momento, ya estaba cumpliendo una condena de 75 años por una serie de crímenes que cometió en 2015. Si crees que esta fue la última mujer policía corrupta a la que pillaron con reclusos, probablemente no estés al tanto del siguiente caso. Esta es una teniente correccional de la cárcel del condado de Cook. El 5 de diciembre de 2016, un recluso de 41 años de edad, llamado Jimmy Smith, fue reportado por poseer una computadora portátil en la cárcel, donde grabó un programa de entrevistas llamado Mi espalda contra la pared. Después de que el personal de la cárcel recibiera informes de la posesión del portátil, el teniente se enfrentó al señor Smith, el recluso por el asunto. Vea cómo el enfrentamiento está a punto de dar un giro brutal. Los oficiales intentaban confiscar un ordenador portátil de contrabando a Smith cuando éste propinó un puñetazo a uno de ellos. El portátil, que resultó dañado en el incidente, contenía fotografías lascivas de Smith tomadas en diversos lugares de la cárcel. Smith, que se encuentra detenido sin fianza por cargos como intento de asesinato, secuestro y agresión sexual, había tenido acceso al portátil para preparar su defensa, ya que se representaba a sí mismo en un próximo juicio. Los funcionarios señalaron que Smith ha estado detenido durante más de 7 años y se ha enfrentado a cargos adicionales relacionados con un presunto ataque a su defensor público en 2014, así como expresar intenciones de matar al fiscal y al juez en su caso actual, a un oficial encubierto en 2015. Es impactante ver a mujeres policía cruzando las líneas y haciendo actos ilegales por los presos. Si te ha gustado el vídeo, asegúrate de dejar un like y suscribirte para más. Hasta luego.